dude.
AOT?
I cannot
AOT?
wait.
AOT?
Yeah, Hell's Paradise came out. Really cool. Heavenly Delusion is like a post-apocalyptic type show.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's a kid that's like it's a kid that's trying to find heaven, and the girl is hired as a bodyguard to bring him to heaven.
Oh.
Yeah, they're trying to find out where heaven is, and like at the same time, they're like on the outside. So like Japan has just been like ravished by like monsters and such. It's like a post-apocalyptic thing. On the inside, there's a wall. They're like in a dome. It's the kids in a school, and they like don't know anything about the outside. It's one of those type of things. So it's like two parallel stories kind of going on at once.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool.
AOT? AOT?
AOT finale is gonna break the internet.
Surprised they didn't make it into a movie. I thought that'd be a good idea for it, but
Yeah, the combined 2 episodes just make it a 2-hour movie.
that'd be interesting. But
Would've
I
been
think
cool.
they'll probably release that. No, more than likely, what they're going to do is recut it into a giant movie and probably release it after, like what they did with Demon Slayer.
True. Yeah, with Mugen Train, that's probably a good idea.
But why would release it? Why release it as a movie if it's like
If
the
it's a
the
form
closing
after that
end?
they cut it up and they make it a little bit nicer with some of the fight scenes and stuff and give it a movie quality thing, they'll get people to pay for it.
But like the storyline,
Yeah, it's essentially the same.
like if someone's like, "Oh, look at this movie," they'd be like, "Well, what about the other 680 episodes beforehand?" to
AOT is
explain
not
it?
that long.
I'm just
but
saying.
yes.
Well, no, I'm saying if they did a movie, it would just be the final thing for like the fans and stuff, like
So,
how they do for most of them.
Yeah, so like the last 2 episodes of AOT, like one just came out and it's an hour long. The next one is going to be the finale and it's an hour long. So we're saying like they're going to release them and then they'll probably, as a money grab, combine them and make it a movie.
Which they'll probably up the quality on certain fight scenes and stuff like that. And
'Cause,
they'll,
like,
they'll
they
slim it down a little bit.
Did it with Demon Slayer, except they did the opposite. They released it whole thing, like a couple episode chunk as a movie, and then they broke it up into like 5 or 6 different episodes
That's fair.
and put it on streaming.
Yeah, and then
Stream.
they did for the most recent Demon Slayer one was all of them. It was the 5 last episodes of the most previous season, and then they put the first episode of the new season that hadn't come out yet on a movie. So that's why everyone went and saw it.
Yeah.
The issue is you can't do that with AOT because it'll just be done.
Yep.
So I mean, unless they hold off on the last 5 minutes of the show and put it in a movie
Yeah.
like Days, then they wouldn't
would
get
do
anyone.
something and be like the finale, part 5.
They're listening right now.
Oh, it'd be
Part
so
112,000.
It'd be very depressing.
Depressing.
I'm like getting annoyed by
Continued?
it.
Question mark.
I'm like, it's annoying because I want it to end because they made me so mad, but at the same time, I don't want it to end. Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it'll be good once it's done, but this ending is gonna make or break the whole show.
It is.
From
It is.
what I've seen leaked on what happens in it, it's an ending.
It is.
Yeah,
It
It's an
is.
ending.
I've heard some things as well.
I've heard some things.
I'm excited for
Fly
Jujutsu
like a
Kaisen.
bird and then I'll fly away.
I'm excited for Jujutsu Kaisen. I think that's going to be great.
It comes out
June.
June.
June or July?
Demon Slayer comes out
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
You guys are
Tomorrow.
on top of it.
We are on top of it.
Him more so than me. I look in the chat and there's like 50 texts. I'm like, shit, I'm behind.
Dude, I put in our Twitter group chat, I put like all the spring releases. I spammed our group chat. There was so many.
I was at work and I'd look at my phone and it'd be like 5 screenshots sent and I was like, oh shit, everything's coming out.
It was so many.
You want to answer that, kid?
I just like, and then someone posted like the entire release. So I was like, okay, here, just read all this.
No, I'm excited. They're actually starting to release stuff again because it was getting to that point where before the AOT episode, there was just nothing.
There was. I like
It was
started
frustrating.
picking back up Fairy Tail, which Fairy Tail is good, but I'm like, I stopped at like episode 157 for like months.
I need
And
to
was like,
watch that show.
You would like Fairy Tail.
I feel like I would.
I think you would like it. It's really it's a good shonen, but it's also really funny. Like it's really quirky. It's good. What's great is My Hero. The new season is coming out soon as well.
Still
My
have yet
Hero
to watch that.
went from here to here.
Academia?
Yes, bro.
See, the fan base scares me from that show.
Fan base is scary.
They're ruthless, man.
They're weird, but
They remind They
They're
remind me a
odd.
lot of like the Twitter stands that you see all the time that are just all over the place, toxic, going after people and stuff like that.
absolutely.
I'm toxic.
Yeah.
But-
One Piece is coming to a climax.
So I'm so far behind on that show still.
You're not that far behind. I think you're like 10 episodes behind.
Yeah, I need to do that, and then I need to watch Bleach because JP probably passed me at this point.
Oh, you need to watch Bleach.
Yeah.
Angel's like, yo, I already watched the scenes that haven't come out yet.
I wish. Are you kidding?
That's how ahead he is.
Hey,
Thousand Year Blood War is insane.
I got Hulu with no ads. I can fly through that.
Yeah,
thing.
you can. I have
Give me-
JP's Hulu, which has ads, but it's still fine.
Dude, he's grinding with ads.
He
Then
is. He is grinding.
Respect.
Yeah.
I think he's almost at where I'm at.
Oh my god.
So we're pretty close. So if I binge watch it,
Grinding with
because
ads.
Grinding with ads is hard.
Yeah.
The struggle of ads.
depending
It's
on what
so
I do
hard.
tonight, I might watch some Bleach.
Yes,
What I
boy.
do tonight.
This guy is on like episode 20 of Naruto. That's it.
Welcome to the
Maybe not
journey.
even.
My friend's on episode 15 of One Piece, and he started a week ago.
Oh.
So slowly we're getting him there. It took me 2 years to convince him to watch the show.
It'll take him another
be
2
me.
years to catch up.
Yeah.
Episode 1056?
He's the type of guy too
That's
where he only watches like 2 or
insane.
3 episodes and then he's done.
Yeah.
So
I could watch
it's-
it endlessly.
When I watched that show, there were nights where it was like I would start at 11 and stop at like 6. As bad as it sounds, if I had nothing going on the next night, I would just binge watch the show because it was so good and I just couldn't stop.
I don't blame
That's how it
you.
was with Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, bro.
I
Everyone's
watched
got
it.
everyone's got that one show they can just binge.
It was weird. I haven't watched it in a couple years, but like
Yeah.
when I was in it, I watched like like they're an hour episode all the time,
Yeah.
and I watched all 6 seasons, and like I don't even know how long. I would literally work the whole day, and then I'd go home and like at like 8 or 9 o'clock watch, and I couldn't stop watching until like 5 or 6 a.m. and then I'd go to bed.
That's
and then
what I was
wake
doing
up
for
at
One
noon,
Piece,
and
yeah.
then it was nuts. I was like, this is a problem.
That's a life, man.
because it was so intense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
See,
ER, man.
I don't know if this is weird or not, but I don't like rewatching shows. Like
I-
after I finish a show, I don't go back and rewatch it,
It depends
again.
on
It
how
depends
good
on what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gone back and fully rewatched a show in its entirety again.
I've watched.
I've done it with several.
The Office a couple times.
I think the
through.
only show I came close to doing that was with One Punch Man because I just got bored and restarted watching it.
One
but-
Punch
I'm
Man.
finishing up One Punch Man.
Yeah. It's the new season comes out
good.
soon.
Yeah, it does. You need to catch
I'll have to
up.
catch
It's only
up.
2 seasons.
'Cause I love.
Yeah.
I like One Punch Man.
I think
It's
it's funny.
good. It's really
I
funny.
think it's funny.
It's
He's just like he doesn't care about anything.
He kills
and then
me.
he then gets so mad at the dumbest stuff.
he kills me. Yeah, if his grocery store doesn't have what he's looking for, it's over.
But there's if it's the end of the world and everything.
Yeah.
There's monsters attacking. He's like,
Nonchalantly.
Yeah, dude,
okay.
he doesn't. He
I'm just
does
trying to
not
go to the store.
It's so funny that he like introduces himself. He's like, "I'm a hero for fun." I mean, I'm a hero. It's like I want to save people, but he just doesn't care. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Well,
All right, well, let's do it. Let's roll it.
All right.
what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Wet Lily Podcast, where the pod is never dry. We are back with Trevor.
Woo!
Round 2 for this guy.
You might be thinking, "That's not Nick." You're right, because Nick is scumbag. This is Trevor.
Taller and more handsome, Nick.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Taller.
Coming for your spot, Nick.
No.
Emphasis
We know
on
you're not going to
taller.
watch this.
Oh, it's interesting. I never know which one he's gonna watch.
He
Yeah.
does. He'll randomly text me like when I went on the last time. He would randomly send me a clip like a month ago from there.
Really?
That's so such a long time ago.
That's
That was
super
like
long.
We
that
were,
was over
we
a
were
year
talking
ago.
about it, and he brought up the Caillou joke that I made when we were at Mike's house, and it made me laugh.
Caillou. I don't know. What was I about to say? Yeah, because he was watching that one that came out last night, and he had some statements he needed to made. He had to cut some stuff late from
Yeah,
him,
we
even
got
though
a
it made
quick
it
edit.
didn't. It was. Just, I thought it was just a joke.
I didn't
whatever he
even.
said. He's like,
notice.
well, Angelo said this, and I'm like,
I don't remember
Angelo
ever
probably
saying it.
didn't even care, or he was like, okay, this is a joke, so he's just clowning it. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I-
So I removed it anyway. He's just like, I don't want that on the internet. That's literally a joke.
I don't remember what
love
it
you,
was,
Nick,
but it's fine.
That was just a joke, but I cut
All
it for
jokes.
you
We
because
love
I'm
you,
not
Nick.
going to make you mad. Trevor loves you until he takes your spot.
Ooh.
Whoa! Oh, yeah, true.
Starting off hot on this podcast.
Nice and spicy.
Nice and spicy.
Rom has dropped down to -9.
Really?
Yeah, he lost a stroke.
Dropped 2.
Well, he was
he
was
was
he up at
11?
11?
He was 11
yeah,
under.
He's
Yeah.
at 9 under.
Oh, have some of that.
And then next in third place is Bennett's now tied with Morikawa for 6 under.
Yeah, I was
In
gonna say
third.
he didn't have a good start.
No
he had
one's
2
catching
bogeys.
Koepka, dude.
yeah,
No.
he's running.
Rom
away
has to
with it,
pull off
unfortunately.
something crazy to catch Koepka.
Is Kepka from the Live Golf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there.
He was staying. He was with PJ for a while, and then he's just like, I think I'm gonna go.
That's a
They gave him
statement win for
bag.
Live.
And gave him a bag.
It is a statement win for Liv, but at the same time, it's like,
People already knew how good Brooks was.
Yeah,
and he's a
like
guy who
he's-
can play and not even care, like try.
see, like this. That's the thing. People were like, "Oh, it's a big thing for Liv," and I was like, "It is," but at the same time, we already know who these players are. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like they're like up and coming players from Liv come in and win the
Yeah,
PGA. It's
exactly,
like
yeah.
they were already players that were established in PGA forever.
And the thing is, aside from if you're looking at the grand scheme of like top guys, Brooks and Phil Mickelson are the only 2 guys from Live that are like,
Phil Mickelson plays Liv.
yeah.
I didn't know
Wow, he's someone I wouldn't think would leave.
I
I
did
thought
not
him and
think-
Tiger would be the 2 guys
Well,
that
it's
would
because he was like being banned from a bit for like comments he made about the Saudi. He got banned for comments he made about the Saudi league, saying it was a problem, and then he went to the Saudi league.
that. How interesting.
They probably doubled his salary
Yeah,
real quick.
like,
they were
well,
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
Phil's making a bag. Tiger would never leave. Tiger's too dedicated.
no,
to the game.
he's making that new golf league. With,
yeah, him and Rory.
yeah,
yeah,
with
like
Rory.
the digital golf league. There's
It
That'd be
looks kind of cool.
Yeah, there's different
I'm
guys
not
that are gonna be
lie.
part of it.
It looks pretty sweet.
We're gonna see a lot more sports doing virtual stuff. You see that with racing now, with like F1 and stuff like that. All the F1 teams have their own virtual teams that they do racing with, and
Really?
the like esports championship cups and stuff.
That's interesting.
Like the driver
That's
Jano
cool, but
Otmir
it's not the
for
same.
Mercedes. No, like they get in a full racing simulator thing and they drive and stuff.
I know, but like
Ah,
that's
that's
like it's
kinda
cool,
cool.
but it's still not the same. It's like
No,
actually seeing. The
it'll
guys
never
out there.
replace actual sports, but the esports are evolving. It's not just based off a video game now; they're making it high tech with stuff. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
like
cool
it's
to
like
watch.
live action.
I guess it can make
Yeah.
it more inclusive as well for people that want to play the sport and can't break into the big league. They can
Yeah.
at least try
Like,
to play.
yeah.
For example, with
You know what I
F1,
mean?
you have to have millions and millions of sponsors,
Oh,
like
yeah.
dollars and stuff. So most of these guys are just kids living at home playing video games and stuff. But the
Now
issue
they're
is
gonna
like,
make millions of dollars.
yeah, Wi-Fi connection and stuff like that will always be an issue. But I think it'll eventually.
Applebee's connection.
I think eventually it'll take over. I think there'll be a lot more like mainstream esports.
It really could.
Applebee's. I need the Wi-Fi password. My race is in 5 minutes.
The McDonald's free Wi-Fi had asked you to sign in halfway through the race.
Oh,
I'm doing the Indy 500, man. Let me in,
my guy's lagging at 5 miles an hour.
dude.
It just keeps you going, but it just
He's
like
on-
it keeps you going as you're lagging, but you're just rolling.
He's on the hook like Mario Kart with Lakitu. He's just holding it.
Dude, you can make money off of anything now, though, with video games. It's insane.
It is
We'll
crazy.
be making too much money.
One of my buddy's best friends, there's Death Run in Fortnite, which is just going through like a maze. It's not even playing the game.
It's like a
And-
Roblox type.
Yeah, literally, it's just like a Death Run thing. And he got so good at it, he went to the Fortnite World Cup like a couple of years ago and won 10 grand just from playing that game.
What?
Yeah. Like, you
Come on.
you can make money off the stupidest stuff now in,
Dude, I
in
could have
video
made
games.
so much money off of Mario Kart when I was younger.
Fortnite's a dying breed, man.
What? Fortnite? What
It's
about
coming
Fortnite?
back.
You think
Fortnite
so?
is coming back.
It's coming back huge now. They had a creative mode where you can make your own world edits and maps and stuff,
Yeah,
like
that's
actual
why.
people with like designing with Blender and stuff like that and drawing shit. So
I'm sure a lot
that'll
of people,
get busy.
I'm sure a lot
Yeah.
of people that liked Minecraft jumped on that.
They're bringing back the ODM or OD whatever the gear is.
The
from.
ODM gear?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's coming into the game.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I was not that invested in video games.
Dude, I need a new video game to play. Zelda next month. That's what I'm holding out for.
I gotta find something. I've just been playing Pro
Zelda.
Clubs.
My brother-in-law, he sent me this guy on Facebook who's selling like 40 Switch games. And it was like
Ooh.
$40 a piece or 2 for $75.
There you go.
And a bunch of them were Mario and Pokemon and Zelda and
Jump on the train, brother.
I was at when I told you I was walking around that day, I was like, man, I'm at Dick's, maybe I'll go to Best Buy or whatever. I went in and I was staring at the Zelda game.
You can buy.
Well, you have a month. So
Yeah.
I have a month to beat the other game.
you have a month to beat Breath of the Wild.
I gotta beat that game too. I still
It's
have yet to
so
play it.
good. I can't wait for Tears of the Kingdom. I think someone sent the gameplay trailer in one of our chats. It's
I'm excited
good,
for it.
good. I'm so
I
excited.
still need to beat the new Pokemon game too.
I need to
I
get
haven't
the Pokemon game.
I haven't completed the Dex and Scarlet, but I beat the game.
I haven't touched it since like the first one of the first gyms.
It's a good game. You need to beat that one.
It's just frustrating. I wanted the game to be a lot more like appealing than it looks.
It doesn't run as crappy as it did when it first came out.
Does it?
No, it
Okay,
improved
good.
a little bit. It's still kind of glitchy, but it's not that bad.
Okay, good.
Because I
Yeah.
just booted up the other day and played a little bit, and it's not that bad.
Because when I played it when it first came out, it was rough.
Oh, it's horrible.
Me and my brother tried the online thing, and we were running into each other and glitching into each other and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no,
It's just like it's
that
not
bad.
worth it.
It's not that bad anymore.
Okay.
I mean, it's playable now.
I found my DS the other day in the back of my closet.
Dude, I found my DS the other day too.
But I have like a DS case and it has my my little regular
Yeah.
Nintendo, and then I have my my DS, like my full DS.
I just
Nice.
gave all mine to my
3DS
brother.
over.
So my brother's got my old DS and his DS, and I just take it sometimes and just play random games here and there.
Yeah, Nintendogs.
My favorite ever game, and this will always be my favorite, is Kirby Air Ride on the Game Boy.
I have
I have Kirby Air Ride for the
not Air,
GameCube.
not Air Ride, sorry, Kirby. It was the Mirrorland Adventure, the one where the mirror drops and you gotta go through all the different portals and stuff. When I was little,
Mirion.
played the hell out of that game. I think I beat that game maybe 20 times.
20 times.
It was like because I only had like 2 games on my Game Boy,
Yeah,
so I just rotated between that and Pokemon.
there you
Pokemon.
go. I just beat
Yeah.
Kirby and the Crystal Shards for the N64.
Ooh.
I ran it back and played it. I'm trying to beat Super Mario N64. That game, hard.
Isn't there a port for it for the Switch?
There is. It doesn't. It's not as appealing on the Switch. Like the controls aren't obviously as good because it's a ROM. But so I had busted out for my N64 and played it. It's so hard. But I have like close to 120 stars on my N64. Like I'm almost done with it.
Yeah.
So I just want to get the last ones. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that game is 120 stars. It's not even that much compared to Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, God.
999 moons.
Yeah, when you beat the game, they're like, "Oh, you got so much more to go." I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm not getting any of
I
those."
think I have 800 something. I have like in the mid 800s.
I was like,
That's my
200,
short list
300.
of games that you told me to get.
Fantastic game.
Breath
Still
of the
recommend.
Wild, Odyssey. And I
Mario
think there was
Kart.
another one.
Mario Kart Bro, because they're putting out the.
I put out a new one?
No, they're putting out the DLCs.
I was going to say, I got Mario Kart.
I have the new one. The new wave just came out.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's cool.
I need to get back into that game too.
I
I was playing online with that for a while during the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's all about Lego Star Wars.
Ooh.
The new one I heard is great.
I've been playing it. I have.
You have the
well,
new one?
and probably not the new one. I don't know. I have Lego Star Wars.
Yeah. They
I don't know
put
which
out
one
like
it
a
is.
newer one like last year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It might be it.
I
don't
played the
know.
newer one. It was good. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
I
I heard the
enjoy
new Kirby game was cool too. Weez told me the new Kirby game was cool.
Was that the Yarn one?
No, that's an older one.
Oh,
I forgot what the new one's called.
I don't know. I feel like there's so many games coming out now here and there, and I'm just
I
like,
need
I
a new
have no clue.
PlayStation game.
You need a new PlayStation game?
If you buy
Yeah.
the EA pass, the Game Pass, I think it's like $5 a month or something like that. You get a ton of free games. Like
Really?
there's like 500 games in there. Stuff Strays in there if you want to play that. The cat game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I bought that just to try that game out, and I've just been playing around with that. Like me and my friend just downloaded F1, and we've been doing a career mode in that.
Nice. The only game I've been playing is FIFA lately because I beat Ghost of Tsushima, so I can't.
If you ever want to play pro clubs, hit me up.
I know
We're on
I
all
need
the
to.
time.
I need to play. Pro Clubs.
Ghost of Tsushima.
We just won D1 yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's our third one.
That's
back to back to back.
impressive.
Yeah,
That's really impressive, actually.
we are I think in D1.2% of clubs in the whole entire game or something. Or like 2% or
Jeez.
something, but
I'm not that good.
we just been playing for so freaking long. It's 5 years now we've been playing that game, and we play it like maybe twice a week, 3 times a week.
I have to hop on in a match.
There's
Yeah.
so many games on this thing.
Oh, trust me,
I have-
you can. You're so much better than about like 3 or 4 kids. On our
Really?
team. Yeah, we have a couple kids that are new still that are trying to get good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zach.
I need to play God of War. I got God of War for free. Not the newest one, the old one that came out. And I got it for free from like the PlayStation Network.
Oh, so
Is
someone
it-
with him and his son.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
need to
one of the
beat
best
that one.
games.
I
that
know.
I've heard. Yeah.
I heard it's really cool too.
I just downloaded Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh,
I'm gonna try that.
The Assassin's
What's
Creed.
Fire Emblem?
Fire Emblem is like, do you know from Super Smash Bros. Like Marth and Roy?
Oh, yeah.
That's their game.
Oh, okay.
but it's
I-
more of like it's not, I don't think it's 3D. I think it's like a 2D.
I was just looking
And it's
at
like
all
kind of
these.
puzzly.
Because there's Donkey Kong Country, there's Fire Emblem, Fire Emblem Warriors, there's Hyrule Warriors, there's
That's
Kirby and the Forgotten
Zelda.
Land,
That's the newest one.
That's-
Zelda Link's Awakening, and Zelda Breath of the Wild. Then there's another Zelda.
Are you talking about the one where he's like 2-bit and he's moving around, or like it's like
It
the?
looks like this.
Oh, that's
Skyward Sword. That's a remake
Yeah.
from an old
Oh.
game.
You got Luigi Mansion 3, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Super Mario Party,
Luigi's
Mario
Mansion,
Deluxe.
by the way. One of the most underrated games from
It's a good
Nintendo.
game.
Though that
Is it?
that like whole series is so much fun to play, and
It's
I don't
good.
think I'm trying to think if they dropped a bad one of those.
I
Mario
don't think it did.
Rabbids.
No.
Mario, yeah, because they did with Raving
Kingdom
Rabbids.
Battle.
That was a random collab. Then they did two of them.
Super
It was
Mario
super
Maker
random.
2. Pokemon
Fun game.
Legends Arceus.
The goat.
Pokemon Let's Go
love that
Pikachu.
game.
Pokemon Diamond. Pokemon Scarlet. Pokemon Sword.
I need to play Sword or
Sword
Shield.
was cool.
I never played those.
Super Mario 3D World. Smash Bros. Mario Odyssey. Ultimate Alliance 3.
No clue what that is.
That's like DC superhero.
Oh.
It looks like.
Peace
And then
out.
we got Metroid Dread, Metroid Prime, Samus,
yeah.
I mean, that's a good enough games to get you into most.
I
of
gave
the
you a
series.
gift card. Use it.
Pokemon Snap.
Oh, that's from the N64. It's just like
Yeah.
you go around and you like take pictures and document Pokemon.
Kind of Pokemon Go in a weird way.
Paper
A little bit.
Mario.
Paper Mario.
Xenoblade
that too.
Chronicles. I don't even know what that is.
Is that
Looks like this.
What is it? Oh, Xenoblade. That's Shulk from Super Smash.
I was gonna say there's two of
Yeah,
them, and then there's
that's-
Wario and Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
Pikmin.
that? Actually, I take it back with that Kirby. That is my favorite series of all time. Pikmin.
Is
The
it?
Pikmin games. I played that nonstop.
Pikmin's cool.
I just got the port for Pikmin 3 that was on the Wii U, and I just got it for the Switch, and I've already beaten it 3 times.
That's insane.
I love that game. I love those games because it's the sort of thing that I like where you're under pressure and you have to get all the parts in before the time. So you're like crunching numbers of like, oh, if I do this and send them there, this will take that much time, but then they might not make it. But if you move it just enough time for the next day, it's like you
That
gotta
is your
think 10
kinda
steps
game.
ahead. Yeah,
That's insane.
that's why I like Football Manager so much.
Football Manager's wild.
Dude, I was gonna say one of these days when I get in the Champions League final with this team I'm playing with, I'm on my 7th season. I still haven't even made it into the Premier League yet. But once I make it in for the Champions League, I'll live stream the game. I'll wear a suit.
Live stream. Well, should we hop into the meme?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ooh.
Meme of the week. Meme of the week. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I'll keep with
Whatever.
the trend of we were talking about Nintendo.
Okay, are you top one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what Trev's got in
That's-
his bag.
Oh, Hyrule.
Imagine a Chick-fil-A here.
That'd be sick.
That's my favorite
Not if it's
all-time
down
Smash
here.
map.
That is the best
agree.
map. I think
I
it would
agree.
personally go on the bottom hill, not that little platform, but the bottom one
This
right
one,
there.
like, right
yeah,
there?
I think it's got a good view right there.
It's got
What, and like
potential.
people can like get in from up here?
It's got
Little
potential.
drop down.
It's got the perfect spot because I'm always that scumbag who camps in there.
If you sit down there, you
Yeah.
like can't die.
No, you literally, if you get hit, you get shot up through the little tunnel, and it just puts you up there. And because the map is so tall, you just cannot get.
It's such a good
Yeah,
map.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
It's like if you're real high on health, you go down there.
Haynes White
You
tea.
survive for a lot longer.
Thanks, Alex.
Haynes White tea.
Shout out Alex.
Shout out that guy.
That's a good one.
Imagine Chick-fil-A.
All right.
The
You want me to
service
go
would be
next since
incredible.
you're in the bag?
I mean,
Or do you want to go next?
I don't care. Whatever you
Trevor,
wanna do.
pick who should go next.
we'll go with the middle one. We'll just go down in order.
That's me.
It's Angelo. Angelo normally comes with fire. What do we got here? Feed me my kid cuisine meal, or I will say the F.
That's me. That's me when I get hangry. That's Banjo and Kazooie.
Again,
I know
go game.
Kazooie. I didn't know his name was Banjo.
Banjo's the bear. Kazooie's the bird, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Banjo and Kazooie. Feed me my kid cuisine. Did you ever have kid cuisine?
No.
No,
Neither
I never
did I.
had them.
No.
I was a Lunchable kid.
So was I.
I never really ate Lunchables either.
Ooh.
What was the best Lunchable?
The pizza. Because you could make your own. And that's what I liked. Because I would make one with, I would just dump all of the cheese on one pizza pretty much. I'd make like a double decker where it'd be a sandwich. And then
There
it
you
just-
go.
And then the leftovers, I'd just fall into the bread and just eat that.
My-
Weird way of doing it, but
That's actually smart. Nothing
That is
weird.
smart.
Mine was either that or like the regular like crackers with the turkey and the cheese.
I
But
didn't like those.
I didn't eat the cheese.
you know what's an underrated
lunch
second
meat,
that I
bro.
would like is I would do the nachos.
Yeah.
People love the nachos.
I
and
would
I'm
get
like,
that, and
no.
I would never touch the salsa. I would just always dip it in the nacho
Yeah,
cheese.
no one, yeah, the salsa just looked like red water.
Yeah, well, it was watery. Yeah, it was disgusting.
The pizza one was goated.
The pizza one's good. I had that at lunch recently. They have a new one where it's just one deep dish. It's like a
whoa.
giant thick one like that you can use.
You eat it cold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was
some
cold, but it
people
came with
don't
like
eat
it was like
cold.
a crunch bar, like and it
Yeah.
had like
Some came with
a
the-
water bottle with the Kool-Aid little powder.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, I just needed something small to eat, and I was like, that's cool. Might as well go with that.
Some had Capri Suns too.
Some
I
of them
think,
had-
right?
cosmic brownies in them.
There was a lot of just random.
It depends
ones.
on how advanced you were.
It was
you could
always
either get the little plastic or the boxed.
It was
ones.
always the Crunch Bar was in there too. Like 99% of the time, if it was a candy bar, it was the Crunch Bar that was in there. I don't know why if they had a partnership with them.
Crunch are easy.
Yeah.
They're not Hershey. But aren't they a Nestle product?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think they just had a partnership because Crunch really wasn't a popular candy, so they probably just had to throw
I
it in
like Crunch. I
there.
don't have a problem with Crunch.
It's okay.
Is it rice that's in it that makes
It's
it
like-
the crunchy
It's
part?
like Krispies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like Rice
Krispies. That's
Krispies.
what. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies.
Which again, probably another product by
Kid
them.
cuisine. This
That's
one I
me
just thought
every
was
time I come down here.
what?
Feed me snacks, or I will say the F word.
Dang, this one's so small. I don't know if
Wow.
you can see it.
Wow.
Take a look at this, y'all.
What do you think it
That.
says?
I have no idea what it says. The Charlie Brown adults. Wah, 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 wah.
Wah, 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 wah.
So you can clearly, well, at least you can see the picture, right?
Yeah, it's a lion.
It says, which animal is this?
Yeah.
And then it says, "LOL, just because you blurred out the head doesn't mean I can't tell what it is. It's a giraffe."
It's like Patrick with the bubbles. It's a giraffe.
Because he's like, it's a giraffe.
It's a giant elephant. It's a giraffe. It's a giraffe.
He's so. I'm just thinking about him doing that because he was just laughing and just.
It went right into Squidward's house and exploded.
Do you guys think SpongeBob is the most quotable TV show of all time? For us, I don't know.
Probably top 3 for sure.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's one of those shows where I could just name, like, you could just name a random thing, and there's probably some event in SpongeBob that it's related
Oh,
to, or you can
oh,
pull something
absolutely.
out. Yeah,
It's like that. I would say that in terms of like referencing that, The Simpsons,
yeah.
just because The Simpsons literally, like, as we have seen the trend
I
of
would
predicting
not
everything.
be good with the Simpsons.
No, I'm not saying I would, but like a lot of like they're trending of like
All the
predicting
time.
events
Oh,
or
yeah.
like being relatable is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then probably Friends or Seinfeld.
Yeah, I feel like any comedy show you can usually quote out because that's going to be funny. You're not going to pull out, like you said with Grey's Anatomy, just a random clip to someone.
I know everything.
Doc, we're losing him.
That's about it.
I know what I know what show that.
Which episode is that?
Everyone?
Season 4, episode 9.
Ooh.
Season 31, episode
There
2.
aren't that many seasons.
Was that the show
episodes in
where
the
like it
season.
just got crazy at the end, where they were just going above and beyond with the story
Yeah,
and
they
just doing
just do
random stuff, like
crazy
people
stuff.
getting hit by helicopters or stuff like that?
This guy got clocked by a
It's still
helicopter.
show's still going.
Still going.
It's insane.
Was there anyone originally still on the show, or is it just they've probably killed them all
I
off by now?
think the only person that might slightly be on is the original.
Main character.
Yeah, the main character.
That dude did a deal with the devil, eh?
Raking money in.
Not him. It's a her.
Her?
Ellen Pompeo.
Yeah, she's cool.
Gray. Dr. Gray.
Yeah. Well, her mom was Dr. Gray,
Mm.
and she it's her daughter, and she's becoming it's her story, pretty much her story, kind of at the beginning
okay.
of like
Yep.
getting there. But her mom is like has dementia, and like she can't remember a bunch of stuff, so like
Okay.
she has to go take care of her, and then there's a lot of connections.
Yeah,
to
I
that.
never really watched it, but
Yeah.
it seems
I-
intriguing. I'm here for a hospital show.
There's so many hospital shows.
There are.
It's crazy. But then there's a turning point where I'm just like, I don't like this anymore because like an event happened, and then I'm just like, this it's not the show. Like
That's got to be one of the worst feelings for a show when like you're watching it and it just absolutely tanks about halfway through, and it's the most depressing thing because you want to keep watching it because you put that much time into it, but you're just like,
and they thought it was like a big twist, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, this is really gonna make people think
Seven
about
Deadly
it.
Sins.
And it's like, no, you just ruined the show.
yeah,
I love Seven Deadly Sins,
that
dude.
show hurts me.
Break it down.
It's just the animation was poor.
I don't know. I feel like there's like every show, if you have a bad ending to it, you're more remembered for the bad ending than for everything
Game
else.
of Thrones'
Yeah.
entire existence.
That's the unfortunate thing too, is that like you could do so well, but if you don't stick the landing, it's
It's, in my opinion, I feel like they shouldn't have
hardest
put it
thing.
out when they did. Like the books still aren't even done.
well, you got to keep up with the man. If you made people wait 3 years to watch one of the most highly anticipated shows,
Well, what I'm saying-
there's gonna be some people that are gonna get mad.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is like they should have created the show when the book was just about done or done.
Yeah.
Like if they started releasing the show when the story was done, so they could have fully followed the plot instead of 10 years ago.
That's what anime
or
people
whatever.
do. Is like those. A lot of them are still being written now.
Well,
They're
that's the
just going
thing
through
is
it.
like people don't have that patience. Like we have waited so long for so many animes like that to just come out seasonally or like to catch up to the manga.
Mhm.
And it's like people won't do that with a regular book for Game of Thrones. Like they could have waited
yeah.
for the book to be done, and it could have been great. I will still recommend Game of Thrones to anyone to watch it. Like, you two still need to watch it.
I just don't have HBO is the issue.
Well, you have, yeah, you do.
I'm not logged in on it.
Oh!
I gotta get his information real quick.
Yeah, it's good, man. I think you'd like it.
I was watching The Sopranos on his.
The Sopranos, I heard, is great. My dad wants to watch it. Jackson has told me to watch The Sopranos so many times.
The Sopranos is good. I like it. I think it's funny. I think
So Italian.
yeah.
It's cuisine.
It's very cuisine.
Favorite character is Silvio by far.
Silvio.
Great guy.
Very gabagool.
Very gabagool.
All right, what do you got for me?
Got two interesting questions.
Let's have it.
Ooh.
So, if all the states in the U.S. were represented by food, what food would each state be represented by? Obviously, we don't have to go through all 50.
Okay,
but
food
yeah,
or like brand?
food.
For saying food, we can get some obvious ones out of
Do
the
you
way.
want to do brands?
I was say, well, because I was gonna say for us, it's either Better Made or Fago.
I'd say food.
Or Kellogg.
Okay.
Only because I won't think of brand.
Like
If
a
I
Better Made
had to
chips?
say the ideal stereotypical Michigan meal,
Coney dog.
Coney dog,
Yeah. there you go.
Fago, Better Made chips.
Yep.
That's like the
Probably
ideal.
is
the
Do you want to do
basic
like an
one.
ideal meal kind of
Yeah, I
thing?
guess.
Yeah, like
so-
if you're saying Texas, you're getting a giant thing of beer and you're getting a giant steak, like a giant Texas like brisket and stuff
Probably.
like that, or
Yeah.
like a giant
Whatever
dinner.
Texas Roadhouse is selling.
those floor peanuts.
Yeah.
Those are good, man.
I actually haven't been there since I was young, so I don't even
Really?
remember.
It's always good.
I don't remember it.
I never have.
I hadn't had anything from Texas Roadhouse or Outback since I was in middle school until
Outback's
2
good,
days
bro.
ago. As weird as it
Wait,
sounds.
no, I'm thinking of Longhorn. Longhorn's good.
I was gonna say I've never been to Longhorn. They just built one over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's where Ruby Tuesdays used to be.
Yeah, Longhorn's pretty good.
But I've only had Outback once, and it was so bad.
Really.
Yeah.
See, I hadn't had it in forever, and then my mom on Thursday night ordered it because she just wanted a steak, and she like nothing's open, so she door dashed it, and I tried it, and it was really good actually.
There you go.
Their bread is really good, pumpernickel.
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 Yeah, you spot on with the Michigan meal at Coney.
Yeah, you could throw some other stuff in there, like you could throw in the punchki.
Oh
'Cause that's another classic of Michigan.
The punchki.
Maine. Would you just consider all the upper
Lobster.
East Coast lobster?
Seafood.
They have the best seafood in the world. It's
it's
so
true.
good. I feel like anything in there is that anything that's south, you're probably going to do a lot more with the brisket territory / barbecue.
I think Kansas City. I think Mid South is more brisket. Like
Yeah.
Kansas City, like the Kansas City, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, like that.
Yeah.
That's like brisket
Yeah.
country.
Brisket. That's brisket country.
Chicago's probably or not. Chicago's got the dog,
Chicago, not Illinois. Chicago.
the Chicago dog. I'm saying for Illinois,
I know.
but
Or their pizza.
Ohio Skyline Chili probably.
Skyline
I didn't
chili.
even know that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
their big thing. Skyline chili.
I'm
I
trying to
got a
think
lot
of
of
what
issues
else.
with their sky.
Yeah. It's chili.
I don't know. What would you say is like, for example, one like California?
In and out.
Avocado,
And yeah, anything based.
Yeah.
plants.
Anything
Yeah.
maybe sushi or stuff
Yeah,
like that. I don't know if
something-
that's.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best.
Anything
if you're
like-
talking sushi, probably California would be the best.
You could say Hawaii maybe.
Pineapple,
Coconut. Yeah,
For Hawaii,
yeah,
I'd say like
fruit,
mahi or like tuna. Or
Yeah.
something
There you
like
go. Mahi mahi.
Yeah,
that. Yeah, something like that.
like fish / like fruits.
Alaska's probably something with like deep sea fishing, like
Crabs.
crabs,
Crab.
stuff like that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Alaska's
Yeah.
I
crab.
love crab, dude.
I know. Crab's better than lobster, dude. I saw
Mm-hmm.
these guys doing like a seafood boil, and they were just cracking.
Mm.
I've done that before. I have a special pot for it here.
Do
it's my
you?
own pot.
Wow.
So my
Should I make a nice big?
Dude, whip me a gumbo.
I don't know gumbo, but I can make you a nice Cajun seafood boil
Give me that.
with
So
corn and
my-
dogs.
Sounds
and all.
so good.
my aunt from Florida, I was telling him on the way here. She's Thai and she's from Florida, and like once in a great while when we were over at her cousin's house in Ohio, she would do a giant gumbo like that with a pot where you would just pour it on a giant table and everyone would just grab stuff and eat.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So good.
That's awesome.
She also
do
makes
that.
some of the spiciest Thai food you will ever eat.
No.
Thai food.
I had my dad
Crazy
crying all the
spicy.
time.
Thai or like Indian food.
The only
They're, like,
Thai I've
very
ever had is
spicy.
pad Thai. just the basic
Yeah, me
noodle.
too.
And, yeah.
If you guys are looking for a good Indian restaurant here, Noorjan on Crash, it's really good.
I'm not a big Indian man.
I've never tried it, so I will dabble.
I like my Chinese.
Yeah, if you guys ever want to go get it, let me know. I'll take you there, and I'll open your eyes.
I will
My
dabble
eyes.
because I would like to be more cultured in cuisine.
Oh, I wish I would have known. I would have brought that to the podcast.
You're just
Oh,
just slamming some
bro.
Indian here.
That'd be great.
They're
Dude,
just
they
crying.
Yeah, we're all just sobbing.
They make the naan bread stuff. It was so good.
I like naan.
Non.
They had a garlic
Lebanese
one.
food's good too.
Hmm
I don't know if I've had Lebanese.
There's a Lebanese place on
I like
by the Olgas on Garfield. I think.
grape leaves, but isn't that Arabic?
I think you're right. Yeah, with that. Well, with that. Yeah.
grape leaves is good, dude. Drew's a grape leaves advocate.
Big grape leaf
Let's
advocate.
go, dude. Yeah, we like grape leaves on this side.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of different food cultures I haven't tried. Like I haven't tried Turkish food. I know that's like a huge thing in Europe and stuff like
Yeah.
that with kebabs and stuff. Like
Yeah.
Beans on toast.
Shepherd's pie, beans on toast, and a
Ugh.
pint.
I'd rather have shepherd's pie. Than
I know.
beans toast.
I know two of my friends that went to England, and both of them complained about just being on the toilet nonstop because it just ruined their stomach with English food. They said it's
I
not
heard-
even. It's so overrated.
Yeah, I
bet
heard their
it's not
food
even
is actually
edible.
so bad.
Yeah, no, it's he sent me pictures every morning of their breakfast and it was just beans on everything and I was like, "Oh god, I don't even like beans to begin with." So,
Just go to France,
black
man.
beans,
Get a
that's it.
biscotti. You
Biscotti is Italian.
I know, but like they serve it with coffee.
a baguette.
Yeah.
Oui, oui.
So what you just?
Croissant.
Yeah, and
Oh,
a
that. Yeah,
croissant.
there you go. You have a croissant with just a nice little cup of espresso and cigarettes.
Yeah, and a good cigarette.
Just chill on the stoop.
Sit right next to all the pollution and
Bro, if I went to
Paris.
Europe, the darts are free, man. I'm free in the dart in Europe.
I'd leave you in Europe.
Come on, man.
I'm just kidding. That'd be so fun.
It would be
a trip
fun.
around Europe. Woo.
Okay, so there's this website. Forgot what it's actually called, but it's
They give cheap.
the abbreviation
trips.
is EF. I think I have the link on my phone, so I'll show you guys. They do like package deals for like trips. So there's a one. It's called like all around Europe, and you start in Spain and you go like do a
Around.
big loop, and you end in Greece and then go back. It's a 35-day trip, and you stay like a couple days in each country, obviously.
like at hostels and stuff like that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like it's like a toured as well, and then they give you a free day every day in each country. So you do like
Get
two
arrested.
you do like 2 or 3 days of like the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then like or like 2 days, and then like your third or fourth day is like a free day. Yeah,
See,
it's
That's
35
cool.
days, $6,000. That's it, $6,000 for flight. Like with
Flights and everything.
everything.
I'm
like,
pretty-
everything's
from
all
like
included with the
food-
$6,000.
I believe it is literally like $6,000 for like everything.
Aside from souvenirs.
Yeah,
That's
Isn't that-
interesting.
Isn't that insane?
That is pretty good.
It's a great deal.
It's a great deal.
I'll look
It's
it up
just-
and read into it more like later. But yes, that's from like surface value of what I've just seen. Yeah, it's $6,000 for the whole 35-day trip.
It's like $1,200 a week.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It is. It's like if you have that extra pocket change in the time, why not?
A month though. You gotta take a month and a half.
Yeah, that's the
Almost
thing.
off.
I'm planning a trip in 2024 or 25, and we're going to go to a ton of Prem games.
Please let me
If you
in.
guys want to come, let me know.
Dude, please let
You
me
can-
in
that'd be
because I'll be
crazy.
done with grad school by 2024.
We're also planning for the World Cup to go
Oh,
when it's in
yeah.
the U.S. We're going to
Yeah.
find, because I think the closest one to us is Kansas City. Because Chicago.
Or
Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah, but I don't want to
Philly.
go.
Really?
But here is what
Here is, yeah, because Chicago didn't get one, which surprised me. I thought they would.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
thought
think
so-
it would be either
I
Philly
think
or
because
Kansas.
the whole issue with Soldier Field going on right now, because when Bayern played AC Milan a couple years ago in a friendly, they played there at Soldier Field. It was fun.
The big house.
The Big House. I'm surprised
shocked
that didn't
the
get
Big House
it.
didn't get a venue because they've broken the record for attendance like 3 times.
It's probably just the amount. Yeah, it's not the most ideal situation for the U.S. I think the U.S. wants to get the biggest brand names out there, and Kansas City's only there because they're the host of the U.S. team.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm happy they're there. I don't want them in a big city. I want them in somewhere like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Kansas City.
Not like a big city like New York, Boston, or stuff. I think that
I would
think
hate
it's
to go
cool
to a
together.
game in Boston or New York.
Yeah.
A World Cup game in
It'd
New
be
York.
disgusting.
So many bad things would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't realize that the amount of like stuff going on in the U.S. right now, that people don't really mess with other people when they come in and try and take over stuff. Like, there's gonna be a ton of fans from different countries coming in, thinking that they're top dogs coming into a city. Majority of the U.S. is not really the biggest fan of soccer to begin with, and they're not gonna take too kindly to a lot of people there being loud and rowdy. So it's we're gonna see a lot of people.
we need
getting
to be
their butt kicked.
We need to be looking good though.
That's
the
issue,
For like
yeah.
the people to be like, all right, I'm on this. I'm on board with this team right
Well,
now.
that's the issue, is that most other countries can somewhat hide stuff like that. We're free to open to everyone. Everyone can record anything, put it on social media. I mean, most of the stuff you see viral on Twitter is kids on their phone recording stuff.
What about all like the Middle Eastern countries and stuff like that coming over here, and we got
That's
free to be however you want to
well,
be.
that's the thing too. Like, they actually did a good job in Qatar, I guess. Everyone who like went over there and said that the experience was actually really great.
It was a good experience, yeah, but they definitely swept a lot of stuff under the rug. Which I mean,
Yeah.
if you got to do that for the World Cup, but
Well, that's their thinking.
that's their thing. They got to sweep. Yeah, they got to make it look. Because I heard a lot of good things from everything there too.
I feel like more of the stuff you hear is pre World Cup. With like
Pre-World
all
Cup,
the
yeah.
people who like
Well-
especially like the one guy who died. Well, they were building stadiums and stuff.
That was so many people.
They
Yeah.
they I think were compared to Brazil, because Brazil lost a couple of people here and there, but they were
Yeah.
like second.
Brazil's was sick.
Brazil's was
Brazil's
sick,
World
but
Cup was
Brazil is
great.
probably, if I had to say, the most detrimental World Cup to any country ever.
Yeah, because now it's
Probably.
all there, and now like it's just
They
ruined,
one of the
right?
stadiums they built was one of the biggest stadiums in the world at the time. They built in the middle of the jungle because they couldn't fit it in anywhere. And now the only team that uses it is a team in the third division of the Brazilian league, and they can only fill like parts of the lower level because they don't have enough fans. They maybe have like 1,000 people show up, and the stadium can fit 100,000.
Well, it's in the
That's the issue.
Jungle.
They had to make space for all the games because they couldn't keep everything. Because Brazil's pretty landlocked by the water. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of people living in the middle of the country, so a lot of them what they ended up having.
Indigenous
Yeah. So they wanted to broaden it out. So they made stadiums all over the place that no one's going to use.
Yeah,
It
it's-
tanked their economy. Everyone protested there that didn't want it to happen.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what happened in Qatar though too. They didn't have anything. They had to like build infrastructure for
Yeah.
this, and now it's all going to go to waste because no one's going to use it.
They think it's going to be all fun and games. Wait till the U.S. when it happens. When they had the Miami GP there, the Grand Prix, the people that lived around there sued the F1 because of how loud it was. And they won.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they won a lawsuit. They wanted the whole race to be gone. They were like a mile away from like half a mile away from the stadium or something, and they ended up winning the suit and getting money for it. So
it's
like, I feel
incredibly
like
loud.
there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna be trying to file stupid lawsuits or trying to get stuff not happening or certain countries not. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Ugh, what a nightmare. I still want to go.
I still want to go too. Yeah. After all of that, I mean, it's in the U.S. It's probably the one time we'll ever really see it.
It's got to be once in a lifetime opportunity.
I don't know. I feel like they'll maybe have it one more time in the U.S. I feel like it's too big of a country not to have it again. But I feel like
True, but it's been a while. It's been what since '94,
Like
so it was
30 years.
20. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think any of the
Yeah, 30 years,
What
pretty
was the
much.
last European country to host a World Cup? Was it Germany in 06?
Whatever 06 was Germany, right?
Isn't
Yeah.
France next up?
No, it's us.
It's us.
Oh
and
no,
then
wait. What
then
am I talking
There's
about?
bids going on right now for it, right?
Yeah. So, but like
Was
now
there
a lot of
combo
countries
deal?
are partnering.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
saw
like
that.
They realized that you could do, because there's a lot of smaller countries that can't host. Like Morocco was one of them I
But
saw.
it sucks because I don't like it for the reason that multiple countries get an auto bid. Like this North America Cup, now US, Canada, and Mexico automatically qualify.
Yeah,
But then so then all these European countries are doing it, and it's like it was what Spain, Portugal, and someone
Ukraine.
else. Yeah, Ukraine.
It was the most random
wanted to
one, yeah.
combine, and I was like, but you guys now you're just taking the competitive out of it because what if it's like Italy? Italy is a very good team, obviously, but they've missed the last two World Cups.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're not even. I don't know. Now they're going to be like, we want to host because we haven't made the World Cup in 4 or 8 years.
Yeah.
Now we want to host a World Cup,
Wait.
so we can automatically make it.
I'm waiting for the day when China gets a bid.
Dude, I wouldn't.
Their opening ceremony would be insane.
Yeah,
But
it would be.
that's about it.
This,
But that's about it.
this was it. So they were talking about the 2030 World Cup.
Yeah.
So Morocco declared their hand early. it
Yeah,
says,
they wanted it.
making their desire to bring the tournament to North Africa.
There's one of the bids with the group of three.
A
just
four-nation
one of the
combined bid involving Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, and Chile
That could be cool.
In
I feel
South
like a South
America.
America World Cup would be fun again.
would see the tournament return to its roots 100 years on from the first ever World Cup held in Uruguay.
Yeah,
Spain
see,
and
that's why they
Portugal
wanted to do
announced
it.
their joint bid in October 2020.
Right.
Ukraine was officially added as a third potential host to that bid, given the country is currently in the middle of a protracted conflict, which is destroying its infrastructure and economy. That announcement has naturally raised eyebrows.
Yeah, now
I don't.
everyone's like,
I
what?
feel like this might come off the wrong way, but I'm not trying to make it sound like this. I feel like they used it to get sympathy votes to get the Ukraine in there. Because why would they host anything in the Ukraine right now?
They wouldn't. They
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to.
I mean, they could. They more than likely what they would do is they'd host maybe 1 or 2 games in Shakhtar Stadium.
Yeah.
That's about it. And that team hasn't even played in a while. They're playing in Poland right now
Yeah.
to make up games.
A second triple host bid from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Greece is thought to be the other most likely
That's
candidate
interesting.
to win the hosting rights, but has not yet been made official. Ronaldo's recent move to Saudi Arabia is believed to be part of the country's push to host the 23 tournament.
See, that would be really interesting because that would be it would span 3 continents.
That would.
That would be cool.
That could be cool.
I would like that. That would be cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think
I wanna see
that
it.
or chill the South America.
I want to see another African country get the World Cup.
I agree. South Africa 2010
South
was
Africa
awesome.
I think that was one of the best to watch ever.
It was.
That was a fun one.
Good one.
I feel like that'd be cool, or maybe I don't know. Australia could be kind of interesting.
Well, the women's
Like-
World Cup is New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah,
this
that could
summer.
It'll be interesting.
That
to
could be a
see.
good test run.
It'd be hard. You'd think it's hard because nothing could you would. What it'd be? I mean, they're probably going to use Perth, but it's like why? Because everything else is on everything but Perth is on the east
Yeah.
coast. Of
What
Australia.
about a Japan Korea collab?
That'd be cool.
It could be interesting.
with China and North Korea?
I mean, they could invite if they want to make great. You could invite China. I don't think North Korea would want to do it. I don't think they would be allowed to. I don't even know if they're a team that's technically registered in the
I
football.
don't think so either.
No, they are because they were in the World Cup.
North Korea?
Yeah, they were in I think they might have been in Seoul in 2002 or something like that, but they got destroyed by Brazil.
Every country.
It was
that
the
ends.
fun fact. It was the only ever game I think that they broadcast live, and they got destroyed. I think it was either Germany or Brazil. Someone big beat them.
Oh, you know what? Because
they-
didn't they come home and say that they won the World Cup?
Yeah, they did that. They lied after because they were going to air all the games, but he wanted to show his dominance. He truly thought they were going to win that game, and they got destroyed. And then, if I remember right, some of the players either went missing or they just haven't been seen in the national stage since.
What a nightmare,
Ruthless,
dude.
man.
Just pick all the countries that end in Stan.
Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan.
Afghanistan.
It's the Stan World Cup.
The stands.
You'd have to. That's pretty interesting how they do it.
I think we
Because
should
you
just-
literally have between Greece and Saudi Arabia. There's Israel, Syria, and Turkey.
You know
Yeah.
what? We've been trying to make all these harmonious World Cups. Let's just make the most chaotic World Cup. Let's just pick the most controversial countries we can think of and just make them host. And they're all the way across the globe.
Why would you do that?
Money.
Take everyone to the
Classic.
Maldives, and then no one can see it.
Bro, there's not enough land to put the stadium on.
Let's go
Bring
to
it to the
bring it to the Arctic
bring it to the Philippines.
Antarctica
Every island's
World
got a
Cup.
stadium.
in Atlantis.
Ooh.
The Atlantis.
Atlantis Square Pantis.
Atlantis Square Pantis 2030.
With how the World Cup's going, we're going to see more and more teams. So I think that the joint venture group bidding is probably good to fit because I don't think if you take a country like Morocco, do you think they can host this current format of the World Cup with how many
Well,
people?
Who do you think?
Probably
Who do you
not.
think they would have to combine with?
For who?
If they did it in North Africa, it'd probably have to be
It would
Morocco, Algeria, Egypt.
Yeah, I think it would be those three.
Yeah, it would be, but you'd have to go over to Tunisia and Libya.
True.
I think it'd make more sense if Morocco joined Portugal
Spain,
and
Portugal.
Spain.
It would
yeah.
make perfect
they're right
sense.
by there.
And
Yeah.
literally, you have that little just
You just
It's
jump
a
over.
ride,
The
yeah.
Gibraltar Strait. Yeah, it's a 9-mile strait.
There you go. You just jump over.
There's actually a dude, Mr. Beast posted something saying he dares someone to do it, and some dude on TikTok's training to swim
it?
that whole thing.
Well, bunch of people do the English Channel,
Yeah,
which is
That's
crazy.
insane to me.
Yeah.
it's just too cold. I wouldn't be able to do
Swimming
that.
in
It's like
Gibraltar
swimming in the
Strait.
bay.
Yeah,
Swimming in the bay.
Swimming in the Bay Area, man.
I look like bay.
That'd be sick, though. Yeah, that make more sense. If Morocco wants to get in,
It would be.
I think.
Ukraine to the side.
Respectfully.
yeah, but it should be Portugal, Spain, and
You could do something
Morocco.
cool with the West African side with if I'm bad with geography
No,
with
you're
that, but
good.
I think
I'm looking at.
I think
a map right now.
Nigeria's over there, Cameroon, Ghana, and all those big
Yeah,
ones.
you could
could
do
do
that.
you could do something theoretically with that would be interesting.
Yeah,
be
Nigeria,
cool.
Cameroon, and I guess if you went into the Congo, but it'd probably make more sense for Ivory. Oh yeah,
Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast and
Ivory
Ghana.
Coast,
That'd
yeah.
be good.
So
Do
you-
Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon.
So you could
That'd
do
be
something cool there. I don't know. Asia's got some pretty cool ones you could pick, like you were saying.
And then
Mongolia.
that triple threat though,
Mongolia.
3 different continents. That'd be cool.
The final in Madagascar.
It would be. The triple continent would be really, really cool.
Ooh, that would be cool. Madagascar,
Madagascar.
Tanzania, and Somalia.
I think the
Ethiopia.
Australia New Zealand run for this women's
Would-
World
would
Cup
be
would be a good
interesting.
test. Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be cool.
If you had to pick 3 countries, no matter of distance, to host the World Cup, where there was 3 different locations, which 3 countries are you picking?
U.S.
U.S. for sure is one.
You should do unbiased.
I feel like you got to have one
Unbiased or biased.
from North and South America. If you're picking biased, you pick U.S. If you're picking unbiased, that's hard.
I feel like you'd want to go like, well, because it is if you're saying U.S. is U.S. with Mexico and Canada, is that like
No, just
no,
like
just one
US.
country. Because you could. There's so many ways you could go with it. If you're looking at South America, you could go with Uruguay because they were the first ever country to win it, and I think they hosted, if I remember
They
right.
did.
You can go with Brazil, but I don't know because Brazil's still got all those stadiums.
Yeah.
You could easily. You don't have to build them. You just have to renovate them now.
Yep.
You got Argentina. You could do with Messi for his last ever World Cup. That would be pretty cool send off.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine you do Portugal and you do Argentina and they meet in the final. And that's the final game for both of them in the World Cup. Like you could build that up, but
be like, yeah, they're just gonna, they're just gonna play in a giant battleship in the middle of the Atlantic. The game lasts. The game just keeps going until they get from one country to the other.
Bro, it's a 90-minute boat ride.
imagine the World Cup like a game of Risk, where every country's got their own little pawns, and if you win, you take over that country and you get all their players.
That'd be insane.
That'd be so
Every
nuts.
single country's in, and if you get an upset, like let's say I don't know, Latvia beats Germany, then all of the German players are now Latvian.
I would.
That would be nuts.
Yeah, that'd be really
or
cool.
like a blue lock type thing where you get to pick a player or two.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
Mexico, Brazil, and South Africa.
It'd be cool if they did a draft. Not
That'd be
th-
my three.
This could be an interest. You said
U.S.
which
aside.
ones?
U.S. aside.
I like
Mexico,
that.
Mexico, Brazil,
Mexico,
South
Brazil,
Africa.
South Africa.
I like that.
See, I'm thinking of countries that would be fun to be at. That would be like that. I think would be deserving of it. It's hard.
Italia.
Italy would honestly be a fun one, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Have
seeing
they ever
the-
hosted?
probably early 90s.
I feel like they
Probably
did.
early on.
I feel like they had to have.
So Italy would be a fun one. France could be a cool one too, with all the stadiums. Like I feel like just everywhere in Germany and like Europe, you've got those big enough stadiums where you don't need to build anything, and you've got the infrastructure and you've got everything to hold it.
Right.
They hosted the second one.
But if I had to pick countries that I think would be cool to see in a
It's like in the
three-part,
30s.
I'd
34.
probably go with Argentina for one, just because I think that they deserve it and they haven't hosted in a bit. Two is the U.S. just because biasy, and then Japan for the third, just because why not?
It's a good shout. I
Yeah.
agree with those.
So,
Japan
they were
would be
all
fun.
It shows
Japan
you
could
all
be fun.
all the teams, all the countries that bid for them, and it shows you like who won.
That's the crazy thing is that there's a lot of teams or countries you probably don't know made a bid, and you
Hungary was
just
one of the first bids.
yeah, you see some random ass ones.
See, like when we got it at 94, I'm actually kind of shocked.
Wow, there were only two bids for the 34 World Cup. It was Italy and Sweden.
Well,
Italy won. 38 was
Sweden,
Argentina,
aka
France, and
Albania part
Germany. And France won. But it doesn't say it. It says something else, Germany.
They should just host the World Cup in
West
Siberia.
Germany.
Just
Can't-
make it in Siberia, make everyone cold.
Dude.
That's what they did in Russia. Everyone was freezing. That's why Russia went so far.
Argentina,
True.
and Brazil,
Only
and
reason.
Germany
Nothing more.
had bids for the 42, but it got canceled due to
Classic.
issues.
Reasons. A little
Due
oopsie
to-
whoopsie.
Wow, 1950 and 1954, only one bid, Brazil, and they got both.
What? What?
I feel like
Everyone else was preoccupied trying not to get nuked.
Yeah, no, we're good. We'll take it. Come here.
Oh, my bad. Why did this double up? Okay, Brazil was 50, only bid. Switzerland was 54, only bid. 58 was Sweden, only bid. Argentina, Chile, and West Germany in 62, and Chile won that one.
Oh, so they probably had agreements in advance. Like, you'll take this, we'll take this one, you'll take that one, you'll take that
Yeah.
one. Because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of competition.
England was in 66. Mexico in 70. 74 was West Germany. 78 was Argentina. 82 was Spain. 86 was Colombia.
U.S. was
90
94.
was 90 was Italy
Yeah.
again.
Euro.
Yeah, because I remember
They played a game at the Silverdome.
94 was US.
who played.
I don't remember who played at the Silverdome. It wasn't us.
98.
Obviously.
98.
Yeah, I was going to say, if the U.S. hosts, there's no gosh darn way they're putting any U.S. team in Detroit, Michigan to play a game.
Good old Pontiac.
We're going to play every single game at the same stadium in Kansas City.
Probably.
Nine-
We're gonna,
98
yeah,
was
we're gonna be there. They're gonna put a ton of big name country. Like if they really want to make a lot of money and stuff like that, they could put if they get a Dominican team, put them in New York to play. Everybody's gonna go crazy for that. Like, you could easily base it on different areas for where people are.
You could put the Mexico and Texas.
Yeah, you could the
Mexico's
southern
hosting, so they
the
could
southern
play.
states
Oh,
are
yeah,
down
that's
there.
true,
Yeah,
duh.
I mean, as weird as it sounds, the one country I could see that would play here out of any of us would be in Iraq or Iran or like a Middle Eastern country. Same with how big our like a Middle Eastern population we have.
Oh, was it?
You could say
That's
something.
just that thing.
Nah. I was gonna say you could say something with that. I know that Boston, as weird as it sounds, has one of the biggest Brazilian populations outside of Brazil in the world.
Boston?
Mm-hmm. That's
Put
what my
them in
friend was telling
Philly
me.
or New York.
That's really interesting.
Also, another weird one, Milwaukee, really high population of people from Mexico. Like, when I was there, it was Mexican Independence Week, and like every car driving by had a flag.
That's really interesting too. In Milwaukee,
Yeah,
of all places.
out of all places.
2002 was South Korea, Japan.
Yeah.
There was a huge controversy with that, with Korea beating Italy or Spain with the refs. The refs clearly were just biased with some of the stuff. It's a very famous like old video from it, but there was like red cards that weren't called, yellow cards turned into red for no reason.
You said Germany was 2006.
Yeah,
I think so. Or they were the Euros, one of the two.
The controversy over the decision to award the 2006 World Cup to Germany led to a further change in practice.
Interesting.
Ooh, what controversy was there? I feel like the biggest controversy was the Qatar one.
Yeah.
You can make Russia
Massive.
an argument too. Russia definitely paid.
Oh, 1,000,000%. But Qatar, it's like known they paid. That's why Sepp Blatter had to leave FIFA.
2010
Yeah,
World Cup.
he got
bid.
paid so much. He risked his whole career for that bag.
He did.
I respect it.
FIFA World Cup.
I respect it.
2010 could have been different because the bids were Egypt, Morocco, Nigeria, South Africa, and then Tunisia/Libya.
Wow, they were just going straight for Africa. They didn't.
Yeah,
That's
they were
cool.
just
crazy.
yeah.
Absolute craziness. What a good episode today.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Trev, for coming back on.
Thanks for
Always a
having me,
pleasure.
boys. I
Yeah,
appreciate
tall,
it.
handsome Nick.
Short, ugly Nick. Is the anti.
Yeah, Nick is the anti-Nick.
Anti-Nick.
Nick. Well, thank you guys for watching or listening. Another episode of the Wet Lily Podcast. As always, follow us on Instagram or Twitter. Me and Ange have kind of been slacking on both.
Oh my god. I low-key forgot that I run the Twitter account. Sorry, guys.
I love seeing a tweet once a month.
It's less than that. I actually have to check the last time I tweeted, but it was probably something like 3 months
You
ago.
could check while I'm finishing out. As always, it is at Wet Lily Pod, all lowercase, no space, all facts.
February, and I tweeted tweet.
That shows you how behind we are. If you're watching on
Tweet part
YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications, hit that thumbs up, and give us some comments. Even Ange is slacking. That's how behind we are.
I liked and commented the last one when I got here.
Of course you did. I'll have to see that later. But thank you guys for another episode, and we will see you next week on the Wet Lily Podcast. Peace.
Peace.